It is an option given to you by seasonal terrorists that intend to extort you out of sweets and chocolates that you're supposed to buy in order not to be targeted in the name of fun. It is not they who have to wipe the shattered eggshells from your car. It is not they who have to pull silly string from the apple tree that you planted with your wife, may she rest in peace, and retrieve toilet paper from the roof and rose bushes, all because you refused to bend to the churlish whims of these terrorists clad in their little superhero attire and yelling trick or treat! These Spider-Men and Iron Men are doing evil. They're given consent from government and parents and society to run riot, all in the name of fun, at your expense. And the house that you and Marnie, God rest her soul, spent years caring for. Installing new kitchen cabinets, adding a downstairs shower room at great expense, removing the wallpaper and finding the first homeowner's furtive history, just waiting there, and adding your own and wallpapering over it with floral tones until that was no longer in vogue, and then painting over it again years later, burying your own mysteries behind it. And the arguments, so many arguments about colour palettes. How orange is a hideous colour for a living room, Marnie, and we have to live in it, remember? And deciding on orange anyway, because it made her happy, and isn't that the point of a home? For it to be full of love, and laughter and happiness. And though that spare room was never painted pink or baby blue, and never became a nursery, to have all of that history threatened and mocked by insolent children, the type of children you and Marnie would never have had. And to have them bang on the door at all hours, all such ungodly hours in the dark, droves of them shuffling down the street, carrying their misdemeanors and Snickers, marched and anonymously demanding sweets and chocolates. Definitely not Bibles. Heaven forbid you ever give them Bibles. Or that you run out of Haribo early and have to turn to money to feed their insatiable bloodlust for sugar and destruction. All the while their parents stand back, if at all present, their faces ghoulishly lit by blue light, reading articles on Mumsnet about how not to spoil your children and love them just right, and posting on Facebook how they're so proud of little Timmy's terrorising trajectory, scaring the elderly in order to get free sweets. Perhaps he'll be a politician one day. Then waiting for the likes to roll in. Without looking up, they open their mouths absent-mindedly, while their insolent Iron Man and future politician is expectedly holding up his sweets bag. Only then do they say, "Ah, Timmy, what do you say?" And the little monster shrieks, "Trick or treat!" and thrusts the bag forward again. It's an affront to your beautiful Marnie, the saint that she was, whose magic never intended to trick anyone but to please everyone, but who you could not treat. So what would Marnie do? She'd love them like her own children, like your own children, because they are your children and God's children. She's with God now, by his right hand, smiling and loving all of them and watching you. Yeah, watching you now pulling silly string from the apple tree, thinking of her, thinking, has it been 1 year already? And wondering what Marnie would do. But you know already, so you get to work immediately. Ready for next Halloween. You transform your clean and quiet house into a haunted mansion. You draw the blinds and let the dust gather. You light only candles at night so everything is dark and dimly lit. And you purposely don't fix the creaky floorboards or the rusting front gate that groans and bangs in the night. You stand in a dark bedroom sometimes and look out into the street at night. You know they know you're there, but they can't see you. No one has seen you in months, and the rumours are starting to circulate about you. Where have you gone? I saw him carrying something late last night. Why does he walk with a limp now? Sometimes I think I hear something growling. Do you know what happened to his wife? I think he... And your plan is coming together. It's all for Marnie, all this effort and discomfort to see her saintly smile once again. So when the nights start getting darker and the children's rumours of you are at their zenith, you put out a sign that reads, "Enter, if you dare." And some heroes do dare to enter your home. Tentatively, and you can hear them on the floorboards, creaking through the house you shared with your wife for 43 childless years. And now, finally, the house is teeming and brimming with these saviours. Such a treat it is, these heroes lurking, looking for chocolates. And you're listening to them from your hiding space behind the walls and doors, listening as they reach the first room with treat written on the door. You hear their squeals of delight as they stuff their bags with mini Mars bars and move on to the shower room you built and converted into a creepy dungeon with chains and fake severed hand and trick written on the door. You hear their screams and their laughter as they continue through your house, room by room, trick, treat, trick, treat, until they reach the last door, the would-be nursery where you are waiting. But you don't hear them open the door with trick written on it. And you don't hear their screams. And you don't hear their fallen laughter as their parents look up, absent-minded from their phones. Oh my gosh! As they see in the dimly lit, black-walled room, your lifeless body hanging. They heard their heroes out of the house. And in all that pandemonium, no one happened to notice that in red paint behind you, you had written, "Happy Halloween from Marnie and me."